apologize.
Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. Guys, we are still talking about Mobilize Tobago that's happening this Friday as we take our stand against crime and violence on the island of Tobago. And this morning as we have this conversation, I have the privilege of sitting here in studio with Pastor Richard Lord as well as Inspector Alicia Philip. Good morning. Piggott, sorry. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Good morning to Tobago. Good morning to Tobago.
Thank you so much for being here. Now, Inspector Piggott, as we do all that we can do to fight against crime and violence on the island, there has been a call for community engagement and for Tobagonians to play their role in ensuring that they are vigilant as well as doing whatever they can to fight against crime. So how do you think that this event is going to allow persons to play their role in the fight against crime?
Well, we have always said in the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service that fighting crime is a partnership. So the police cannot do whatever it has to do by itself. So up to last night at the town meeting at Mount Pleasant, Assistant Commissioner of Police, Mr. Collis Hazel, would have called out to the churches to speak out. And this is a good opportunity that the churches are getting on board as it relates to the fight against crime.
Excellent. And Pastor Lord, tell me why it's important for all the churches to be on the same accord in regards to this call for us to unite as a community to fight crime.
Well, in the first place, what we have done here is that we have tried to incorporate all the churches and the denominations across the board so that we have maximum participation. Of course, we understand that the church is supposed to be the arm that will guide order and structure from a spiritual place in a community, in the country. And what we're trying to do is to broaden that scope so that we have an involvement right across the board of all the communities. We're targeting communities across the spectrum of Tobago so that we don't want to leave out any group, any persons, because we know this is a Tobago thing.
Excellent. And what role would the TTPS be playing on Friday in the entire Mobilize Tobago event?
Well, the TTPS will be there. Firstly, I understand there will be booths at the Scarborough Amphitheater. So the police service community police will be bringing a booth there, and they will be showing you on different areas as it relates to safety. They would also, usually we put out the police uniform, so persons who are the young persons can see what the police uniform is about, and they can also assist them in guiding them as to choosing the career of a police officer. But you will also have pamphlets giving you ideas on how to have safety at your home, safety on the roadways, safety in your vehicles, your personal safety, and even businesses.
Excellent.
And also, I know that the different groups will be leaving from different districts. So the police would also have that responsibility in escorting those groups in the various areas.
Excellent. And guys, just in case you don't know, there would be the prayer that's happening at the different churches within the different districts, and that starts at what time?
At 10 o'clock.
At 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And then there would be motorcades from each church going directly.
From 12. Oh God, yeah.
From 12, going directly to the Scarborough Amphitheater, and that's right behind the Scarborough Library.
Yes.
Right? Excellent. And when you get there, there's an entire program that's going to be rolled out. And the most interesting of all is that you get to interact with a number of different churches as well as different bodies. And as she would have indicated, you'll also get to interact with the TTPS as they talk to you about personal safety and careers within the service. But talk to us a bit about personal safety and why it's important for Tobagonians to be individually vigilant and what can they do to ensure their own personal safety.
But first, I will ask the Tobagonians and persons who are viewing that there must be situational awareness. You must be aware of your surroundings wherever you go. You have to be aware. You know, persons, we love to wear those large chains and a lot of jewelry when we are going to certain areas. Even the beaches, we like to wear those things. So we like to flaunt it. So we are asking persons, you know, you must be careful. You would have spent monies for your investment, and you must be careful as it relates to that. You're also seeing that persons on the social media, persons who love the social media, they take out photos in front of their house. Or let us say, take out a photo where they're working. And that is an easy target for someone to find you. Now, also, on social media, we show that we purchased a very expensive item. And that item, we spent money for that item. So, and in front of where we showed that picture of that item, we show a place that someone could easily find you. So we are asking persons, you know, you have to be vigilant. You have to know what you are doing and how you are doing it. Even when you park your vehicles, sometimes we go to pick up persons, and the persons we pick up sometimes live in dark areas. There may not be a street light, and we park up there, and whilst we're waiting on that person, we are on our phones, and someone can come and we leave the vehicle unlocked whilst we are in there, and anyone can come upon you without you even recognizing that someone is lurking in the area, and relieve you of your vehicle because your door is not locked. Your door is open. Even though it is closed, it is open. Sometimes the ignition is not on. So if someone comes to you, surprisingly, there is nothing, you can't even mash the gas to get away. So we are asking persons, be aware of your surroundings whenever you go out and whenever you are at home.
Excellent. And Pastor Lord, tell us, how would you ensure that this event is not just about talk, but it also has a very tangible impact on the communities?
Well, first of all, the theme of the event is called Restore Tobago, and it really is a concept. It's not really something where we just have this one event. It's going to be continued. There are going to be several follow-ups after this. And what we're trying to do is to ensure participation in terms of different interest groups. When we talk about Restore Tobago, we're talking about Restore Tobago as it were from a cultural place on the one hand, from a spiritual place on the other hand, that it used to be. We could talk to each other, good morning, we could keep our doors open. Not that we becoming careless in terms of those things as the officer is indicating, but what we want to do is to indicate to the population, we want to involve the masses that Tobago used to be a place where we're safe. And we want to restore Tobago. We're talking across the board. We're talking about all these sectors, education. We're talking about farming. We're talking about community. We're talking about family. We're talking about Restore Tobago. So it's really a concept, and there are several interest groups across the country that we are asking to become involved. So, you know, it's not that Mobilize Tobago is just one group. We are encompassing several groups that have Tobago at heart in terms of restoring the principles, the structure, and to maintain that going forward. So Tobago could be indeed a safe place again.
Excellent. And tell us a bit why the TGPS decided that this was in alignment with their community engagement strategy and something that they wanted to be a part of.
Well, the organization would have written to the TTPS requesting their presence and their assistance. And the TTPS, obviously, as I said, in partnership with the citizens and other persons, because as I said, crime, you cannot fight crime alone. So as they took the opportunity to jump on board with the group.
Excellent. Guys, we're going to take a quick break right here, and we'll be back right after this.
The energy filled the sky.
Good morning, and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates as we continue in the vein of restoring Tobago, that big motorcade event that's happening on Friday. Just in case you did not know, there are a number of organizations that are going to be present. As we know, the TTPS is also going to be there, as we have Ms. Piggott here with us this morning, and she would have spoken about how we will see the TTPS there, not only to tell us about our personal safety, but to give the youths guidance on choosing a better road. But we are also talking about men and the importance of men in our society. So tell us a bit about your organization and the role that they are going to play at the event, Mr. Lord.
Yeah, well, in particular, we have a group called Men of Purpose, and that group is primarily what we do. We target the young men that have, as it were, a criminal background, and what we try to do is to restore them into society. But on the broader scale, what we're trying to do as well is to incorporate as many men as possible, because what we want to do is to make men more visible in society, more accountable. So we want to lift the profile of men so that we can have a more structured community type outline, because we know, for example, that most of the criminals are fatherless. There are some statistics that show that even people who commit suicide come from homes where the father wasn't really present, and it's a very dysfunctional place when men are not, playing the role as active as they should be. So we want to really beef that up. We want the men to come on board. It's not just about criminal element. It's about the whole restructure. Restore Tobago is a whole restructuring process. We know it will take time. We're talking about the schools. We're trying to stem the flow of these delinquency into the street. So if we could stem that from the incubating state while they're at school, and we could do something to stem that flow when they come on the street, where they encounter drugs, where they encounter different circumstances. And, the police, of course, is very well aware of what is happening. And we want to raise the profile of men so that they could become active. So we lift in the presence, the significance, the presence in society and in the homes.
Excellent. And Inspector Piggott, as we wrap up this discussion, tell us why it's important for Tobagonians to be engaged and be a part of this event on Friday.
Well, before I say that, I love how he spoke about the men, because we want men to man up. We want men to assist the young boys, so that the young boys would not leave home, the men at home, and go out there and look out for other persons. And when they look out, they end up with being join gangs, because the fathers or the men at home don't give the guidance that the young men want. I also, as you asked, I want the TTPS is happy to partner with the group and to share the message of we want to stop the crime situation. We can't do it alone, as I said. We need the partnership, and the TTPS is here to assist. Likewise, the group is also assisting, and the focus is out there that, listen, the TTPS, along with the group, is doing their part, and we are asking other persons who didn't know and who know now, that they could jump on board. As I said, jump, make a big leap, and get on board.
Excellent. Thank you so much, guys. We're going to take a break right here, and we'll be back right after this. See you soon.
Tobago.